for One Studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike and Jay.
Hello, Biggie.
Hello, Jay.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Jay.
How are you?
Very well. You?
Good, yeah.
Good.
How's young Russell doing? Is he recovered?
Russell
Still
had
high?
an amazing recovery.
Really?
It was remarkable. I went home and he's like sitting there like normal.
Really?
Yeah, no swelling. It was bizarre.
Did he remember?
He didn't remember a lot of that. He remembered sort of flashes of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I didn't think about saying it necessarily, but when people talk about those long recoveries from the wisdom teeth, I'm sure that everyone has different experiences, but mine wasn't that big of a deal either, honestly.
Well, the great Michael Higdon, the doctor himself, actually said, so, you could maybe take tomorrow off school too, but it's up to your parents, I guess. And I'm thinking like, holy shit, like he could be, and
he could milk it.
Frankly, he was probably well enough to go to school today.
He didn't,
but successfully milked it.
Yeah, good for him. What do they worry about? Dry sockets?
Yeah,
I think that's what I had. Where they keep stuffing that shit in there. That sucks. But well, I'm glad to hear he's doing okay. And I love the video you posted on Twitter of him in the back of the car.
Salvation Army. Yeah, out of his mind.
Army. Oh, it was hilarious. Unfortunately, gentlemen, grievance has found me. It's been weighing on me all night.
Oh no, Mike.
Yeah, I don't feel like I can comfortably go on with a show.
All right.
Until I get this off my chest.
Okay, so the clock's going to start. We don't need the defensive backpedaling. I know
probably
nobody's
won't be
gonna...
for everybody.
Yeah.
And,
all right, here we go.
And, a lot of people won't be offended, but anyways. Look, listen. Can we, on the news, can we stop taking a camera into the medical marijuana facilities and talking to a classic stoner like he's a medical caregiver and have a quote from him on the news going, medically I just needed like to get out of bed or even walk down the street. It's like, no, dude, you just want to get fucking high as shit. Let's just be honest. I don't care. Do you, man? But stop pretending these are like medical caregivers, brah. Stop it. It passed. It should have passed a long time ago. Prop 1. Good for you.
Yeah, stop playing the game.
Stop
you don't have to play the game anymore. You can just be like, fuck yes.
Wink, like, yeah, I have trouble sleeping at
it's
night.
the glaucoma.
Yeah, medically, I need some cannabis. I need some medical cannabis. And you're like, no, dude, checklist, Hall of Fame stoner. Everything about you. The gauges in your ears, the fucking outfits you're wearing, the heavy eyelids. Yeah, brah. I couldn't even walk down the street without my medical cannabis.
I'm going to go pussy old man. I don't know how this affects you or why it bothers you.
It doesn't.
I would verge on, is this like stolen? By the way, are you just doing a local news thing again? Like, because it
what do you mean stolen?
Well, I mean, dude, we've ragged on local news a million times over. So are you just
he's looking at it more broadly?
You guys are
saying this is a technique that's used by local news, and certainly local news.
I mean, they got to do something. They got to talk about something.
I know, but the thing passed. It's like, okay, we're all in on the joke. Like, fine. There's a very small percentage of people out there that the medical benefits of marijuana, it's been studied. It's undeniable. It's a plant. I have no problem with it. But sticking a camera in these guys' faces and it's like, no, dude, you're just a fucking stoner. Why are we pretending? Wink, wink. This is
pussy old man. I stand by it. I don't know.
I stand by my thing. I think that this is basically a thing with
that is egregious. That is an egregious allegation.
That's defamation. I mean, dude, so what? I can't rag on the news. This is a very specific dialed-in thing on the news. I mean, it's this thing passed, and now it's all the time on the news. They've got to go down and get quotes about it. And I'm like, dude,
what in the hell are you watching local news for anyway, man?
T-Roy just had it on upstairs.
T-Roy.
And I walked in and I was like, oh, God damn it. The end of the local news.
He seems to watch local TV, by the way. Like, I've been up there. I was up there one time and it was like Entertainment Tonight was on or something. And I'm like,
it's probably just on the channel. He really doesn't watch that much TV and stuff.
He's just on his phone, but it's on.
But it's fucking with I usually know where it is, what's on TV.
The glow of Fox News is prominent.
Fox News or
the glow
CNN.
Of CNN, yeah.
And then I turn my TV on and I can bloop, 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 back it up an hour and then blow through all the commercials. And now I go up there and it's on Channel 4 and it's like, oh, God damn it. Now
Boy, the rigors of a roommate. Huh,
yeah,
Mike?
it's awful. And so, I'm stuck backing up Channel 4 because I don't want to watch commercials. And it's like, well, Lester Holt's coming on in a minute. I guess I could watch his horse shit for a half hour. But, I back it up a little bit too far, and I catch the last 2 minutes of the local news, and it's like, yeah, bro, without this, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. I'm like, oh, would you fucking stop it?
Pussy old man.
Oh, damn it.
That was not the. I think you thought that this was going to relieve you and that would make the show better. I worried that this might make it worse.
It's just bothering me because I hope everyone's in on the joke. Like, we all know what's going on here, right? And it's like, why are we playing this game?
I think people
Because they gotta do
legit
something.
use that shit for medicinal
Sure
purposes.
they do.
I mean, as we heard, one listener famously wrote in a couple years ago to proclaim that she gets headaches after she drinks. So she went to her doctor and told the doctor she gets headaches after she drinks. So he gave her a weed card.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I get those too. Crazy.
He's just like getting high. It's fine. I get it. Dude, we all watched Russell's video yesterday. Being high looks awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome at times. So anyway, I'm fine. I'm fine with that if you guys want to be dick lickers.
That was less therapeutic than you thought it'd be. I'm sorry, Mike, but I had to be honest.
God damn it. Did you see what arrived in the mail yesterday for us?
No.
Dude, you brought these boxes in but didn't open them.
Yeah.
And Isis finally had to open them today. And dude, they've arrived.
What do we got?
Somebody sent us. I think it was Fox, because he texted me like, heads up on your mail. So I'm just assuming. I don't mean to give him credit if it wasn't him, but I'm assuming it was. Sent over 2 full kits for Bob Ross painting, and then another box full of canvases.
There we go.
So we've got the tools. So Jay, at some point we're gonna have to schedule.
Yeah, and we received the little what are these called? These little pallet things.
The
day before, are little knives, right? That help
pallet
us.
knives.
Yeah,
pallet knives. Yeah. So
all right, so we just need the paint, right?
I think the kits will have the paint in it. I think it comes with like the 10
Sweet.
most popular ones he uses. So I don't know exactly how we'll do it because we want to
happy
film
little
this.
trees, some happy little clouds.
Our point was, you know what? He makes it look so easy. It's like, oh man, I could do that. And so we wanted to set up, an easel or whatever, and have you and I watch the same Bob Ross episode and try and play along with him, and then we'll reveal how our paintings came out. See how close we can get with our sweet, fluffy little clouds and happy little trees.
Do you think that his plan for that show was that people would watch and start painting along, or do you think he just thought that it would be entertaining? I wonder if he really seriously thought,
dude, wasn't he a Marine? Didn't we learn something like he was like a Marine and never wanted to raise his voice again or something after that?
So that's my point. He might have even thought that this was just therapeutic for people to watch, or did he really think that people were?
My guess is he probably thought people were following along, or learning from him, learning the craft.
Instead, it just turned into a bunch of stoner.
Absolutely.
Late teen guys sitting on the couch.
Bunch of dudes killing time between classes in college. That's how I used it.
Just watching Bob Ross whoa, that's cool, man. Look at that stream. Oh, yeah, those are happy little clouds. So we'll have to schedule a time when we can pull that off, dude, because that's
Let's do it.
Yes. How do you think we'll do? You think it's
I'm going to be I'm not good at stuff like that, so I'll try my best, but
yeah.
I think we've seen your art,
right?
And it's pretty fucking remarkable, some of it.
Yeah.
So,
but hey, I appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah,
we saw Baby Reagan, right? yes, right?
Yeah, well, yes. That was the problem with the Baby Reagan was if I was trying to draw a Baby Reagan, it wouldn't have looked like a Baby Reagan.
True. I tried to draw a baby.
I tried to draw a baby. Remember what was the story? It was a baby.
It was a baby who died soon after birth, and they were like, "Oh, if somebody could just have sketched my baby."
No. The baby was wearing a breathing mask over its face, and they got one picture of the baby.
There you go.
And the baby died, and it was like, "This is the only image we have."
Their last wish was to see the baby without the mask on,
right,
just as a normal quote unquote baby.
So we could have just a regular picture of our baby. That was not nice. Not nice. I doubt they're listening.
Well, you also did a great rendition of Grimace.
I was just gonna say that one was my favorite.
Yeah, an Islamic woman, all covered up in the burqa, holding a knife. Remember that?
Oh yeah. God, barely.
The feet were both going the same direction.
It's sort of like Captain Caveman, like.
Yeah. Did I give her kind of Roo feet, like a little bit of?
I remember sort of ghost eyes, maybe, or
Yeah, I've had some successes. I'm not going to deny it.
Good.
I've had some successes.
Baby Reagan and Grimace. Those were my favorites.
Yeah.
So, you also did the famous Scream, though, right? The famous Dutch painting Scream. You redid that one. And pretty good fashion.
Yeah, well, it was one of those like we saw like, oh, this sold for I don't know $1 billion at an art thing, and I was like, fuck, dude, I'll do the same thing. And mine, I argue mine was just as good as the original screen painting.
Looked pretty good to me,
dude. I'll sell it for a fraction of that. You know what I mean? $1 million. That's it. You can have my original Scream one. Art looks just as good. So no one took me up on that though. I don't think. I wonder where those are. I'd like to see those now.
I think you gave some of them away. Actually, I think you sent them to people.
I think I
Members
gave
maybe.
Baby Reagan, maybe a copy of that to someone because I don't know if I would give up the. Maybe I did. It might be framed in someone's office
The
somewhere.
original Baby Reagan. Yeah, write in if you have Baby Reagan,
Dude,
because we may well have sent that out to
yeah.
somebody.
Were you the one that declared like, dude, that looks like a Baby Reagan?
Probably.
And it was like, holy shit, it does. Well, yes. Nancy, yes.
Hey everybody, Hamlin Pub, they just rolled out a new menu this month. Try their new culinary creations, which include Southwest Cobb salad, candied Brussels sprouts, Mike,
Wow.
the Korean steak tacos,
Sure.
chicken share, or the big brisket sandwich, or start your day with an award-winning Backyard Mary Bloody Mary.
Another shooting yesterday, Jay. Are these getting to the point where they're so common? It's like, do we have to report on that? Do we even have to talk about that? You know, the one in Chicago at the hospital. Little different. You know, I still will never understand why these
Spurned
people.
lover, was it?
Yeah, some guy. And of course, you know, she's an ER surgeon, doctor, this woman. And I mean, what a horrifying scene to be at the hospital. But as Troy said, well, what better place to
Has
get
to
shot?
happen, yeah.
I mean,
I know.
I'm gonna get shot, yo. Might as well be at the hospital. True. Juan Lopez, a Chicago Housing Authority worker, shot his former partner, Dr. Tamara O'Neill. Tamara? Is it Tamara? Yeah, it probably is Tamara. That makes way more sense than Tamara. Tamara O'Neill repeatedly in the parking lot of a Mercy hospital. They were supposed to have gotten married 3 weeks ago, but she apparently called that off for some reason.
It's like, fuck, I was going to marry a doctor.
Yeah.
His whole life, you could see it, you know? It was just sitting on beaches, it was cruises, it was...
ER surgeon?
My God.
So after killing her, he went inside where he fatally shot a 25-year-old pharmacy resident, Dana Less.
Because that's
what did Dana Less do? Like, you know? I mean, dude.
You know what her crime was?
She was standing there.
She was coming down the elevator, and the doors opened when he walked in.
Oh.
And so that was her crime. And boom, she was on fiancé at the time to get married, 25 years old. And then he shot Officer Samuel Jimenez, 28-year-old guy, killed him. And he then shot a second police officer. I don't know if you saw that, but hit his gun and the bullet like lodged in his gun. So he didn't get shot because of that. And he's got the picture of the gun with the bullet.
I've not seen that. Pull that up, Jesus, if you would. Bring that shit.
So yeah, lodged in the barrel of his gun. So he was then shot dead by SWAT officers who plugged him in the fucking head and took him out. Because I was glad to know that. You know, it was like, did he take himself out? Because it's like, no, I want the SWAT guys.
That does warm my heart when I hear that.
Yeah,
detail, you know, it's always like, well, we can't tell if it's self-inflicted or not, but the perp is dead, and then you find out, fucking SWAT took him.
It's like they so badly want to be in control of that situation, and when they lose that control, and it's like, oh no, you don't. Boom. That's the nice part of the story.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at the bullet. Wow,
Isn't that
man.
Crazy?
Dude, that reminds me when Teddy Roosevelt famously got shot and hit his glasses case in his breast pocket.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah. This is a member of the Bull Moose Party, as you may remember at the time.
Of course.
Look at that shit.
Isn't that crazy?
What luck.
Yeah. Yep. So it happens at like 3:30, and can you imagine sitting in that parking lot when he walks up and just starts shooting this doctor? She's in her scrubs about to start her shift. And so he demands that she give the ring back. She's like, I'm not carrying the fucking ring around with me. And she had also apparently ran up to a van. There was a caregiver in a van with a bunch of senior citizens. She was like, stay here, don't go anywhere. He could kill me, blah, 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 blah. And then he came up and asked for the ring. She says she doesn't have it, at which point he pulls out a gun, shoots her 3 times in the chest. She goes down, he stands over her body and plugs her like 3 more times. It's the horror of anyone in the vicinity. And that's when he just walked into the hospital there. And, of course, the Chicago cop just finished his first year of, probationary period. I think he's got 3 kids, married, father of 3. So, yeah, just awful. So, yeah, terrible. Just terrible.
And in the midst of that, you found the need to unleash a tweet, did you, Mike?
Well, listen, I didn't blame you guys for. I gave you the option of retweeting me if you so chose,
didn't
but
really
I
care. I
gave
just
you
wasn't
guys an
gonna-
out.
yeah.
It was like,
I
if you don't-
received the RTMYSOB,
Yeah, retweet me, you son of a bitch. Is we frequently will hit each other.
and
in
it
text
was
with that.
coupled with, I don't blame you if you don't do this.
You want to take a knee on this tweet?
I took a look and I thought, it's maybe too soon.
Yeah.
It's maybe too soon.
Well, it was one of those, dude. I'll be
Maybe
honest
more a bit lacking in
with you. Well,
humanity and class. I
sure,
thought, huh,
sure. And you
I'm
know
gonna
what?
stay out of this one.
Rightfully so. I was accused of being classless for that tweet. Yeah. So anyway, if you didn't see it, it was about the Chicago hospital shooting, and it said, I was like, shooting at Chicago hospital ? ? I didn't know they renamed the south side of Chicago to hospital. It's not bad.
Clever, Mike. Clever.
Well, I knew you guys were going to be dicks about this, so
I wasn't a dick about it. I
I-
just wasn't going to retweet it.
Yeah.
I guess. I didn't care. I actually didn't care. I actually laughed.
Twitter's got enough hate.
You pussy, you hearted it but wouldn't retweet it.
I didn't
you
heart it at
pussy.
all. I just
No,
looked at it.
I
I
think
stayed
he
well
did.
away. yeah.
I said I laughed, but I let that be your thing.
Well, I screenshotted it and sent it, as I am known to do, to J. Chris Newberg and said, "What do you think about this joke?"
You're the only professional comedian I know.
that I
Sorry.
have direct contact with. And he got back to me and he said, "It's a very smart joke. It's very funny. Your wording's a bit off." And I went, "Fuck, I knew it."
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say about the wording?
Well,
Too many question marks?
no. It was the way I worded, and I knew exactly what he said. And of course, he pointed it out. He said, "Don't get me wrong. The premise is great.
Can you
It's
say it again?
original.
Let me check out. Let me try to see if I can
Okay.
identify the wording problem.
Shooting at Chicago hospital ? I didn't know they renamed the south side of Chicago to hospital.
Is it two? Is it the
Yeah.
the word two?
It's just, it felt wrong, and it should have been something like,
Just leave out two. I didn't know they renamed the South Side Hospital. South Side of Chicago
Chicago.
Hospital.
yeah,
The two
right.
the two makes you it's a hiccup there.
yeah, I should
It's a
have.
hitch in your giddy up, Mike.
I'll be honest with you, Jay. It gave me pause. I was like, it hit my thought, and I was like, nah, too soon. Fuck it. It's Twitter.
It's a
And so I was like,
cesspool. Might as well jump
yeah,
in.
why not? And so I was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up Twitter. I'm going to type it out, and then I'm going to pause, take a step back, and then decide whether or not I have the balls to hit send, which is what I did. And I'll have you know, Jay, that your campaign is working. About, can we just not be dicks?
Yeah.
Keep it nice.
Just generally.
And yeah. And so,
You got a few people saying that, huh?
no, I was, though, because I could have been a lot harsher. And the reason I say that is I wrote that and I did not @ or hashtag any of the things that would have thrown that into the visuals of people reading that story.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's a dick tweet, but I didn't hashtag it like Chicago
Just me,
Strong.
me and my musings.
Yeah, Chicago Hospital.
Right.
Where people would be incensed if they saw it. So I left it out of the tagging world. It was kind of a pussy move. I sort of half-assed
Yeah, it was a toe dip.
Yeah, it was. But I did that. I was thinking about you. I was like, you know what? Jay is teaching us all to be nicer to each
Just
other.
generally.
And if some people in Chicago who are terribly upset about this see this hashtag Chicago Hospital, they might take offense.
Yeah.
They probably won't see it sitting here just without any hashtags. So that was where I decided, okay, I'm not being a total dick.
Did you do a
Being a
deeper
little
dive
nicer.
on the pro-con analysis?
Not really. I was like, I swear to God, dude, I paused. I set my phone down. I was like,
Because I would have thought to myself,
I
like,
don't know.
what best case? Best case.
best case was what happened. Someone chimed in and went, good one.
Oh,
And so that was all I was looking for. I wanted some acknowledgement that it was in fact a good one.
So that's what they said?
Oh, yeah.
Quote unquote, good one.
I just got to.
you're like, yes, dopamine. Woo,
Yes,
that felt
woo.
good. That felt
Because
good.
I was
worth it. It was
honestly,
worth it.
my heart was fluttering all night. It was like every time the notification for Twitter came up, I was like, oh boy, is this where it gets picked up, retweeted by the right person,
yeah.
and now I'm in that fucking world for being a
This
dick,
fucking guy.
piece of shit out of Detroit, blah blah blah. And so when I saw it pop up, and I was like, with one eye, it was just like, good one. It was all I needed.
Yeah.
It was all I needed, and that's
Well, good for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, but yeah, it doesn't change the fact that it's a terrible story. So, yeah, that's hearing from the doctor too that tried to save her life. Dr. John Percall. He's like, he tweeted out last night, I knew her, trained with her, saved lives with her, and tonight tried to save her life. Tonight I broke down in front of my coworkers when we lost her, and tonight I held hands with her mother in prayer. Tonight we lost a beautiful, resilient, passionate doc. Keep singing, T.O. Boy, that says everything you need to know right there, you know?
Sad. Hey,
Ugh.
does your money work as hard as you do, Mike?
Sure.
You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if your money will be able to retire? Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you know, Mike? How could you know if you don't have a plan? Yeah. Well, let Mark Leibovitz, our buddy at LPL Financial, help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
And you know, we're coming up on New Year resolution time here.
Oh, boy.
And I think a good one that's really solid and ought to be seen through, is to contact Mark and have him take a look at your shit.
Good way to start the new year, off on the right foot. Congratulations to the dailymail.com for getting the exclusive interview with the Chipotle manager. And I got to be honest with you, man. I'm reading this story and I'm just like, oh man.
That's what we surmised, huh?
She's an unbelievable person, dude. And it's like these fucking punk pieces of shit. So she did say she has been offered her job back by Chipotle, and she hasn't decided if she's gonna take it though.
Yeah.
Dominique Moran.
The words "go fuck yourself" haven't crossed her lips.
Yeah, right. She told him, I'm not sure I'm going to take the job offer yet. I feel grateful, but at the same time, I still have questions. I feel like I've really been put on blast, so to speak. The circumstances were not how it looked. It looked like a very hateful thing, and it was not that way. She was devastated to have been painted as a racist. I feel I'm a genuine person and helpful. I thrive from making people happy. 23 years old. I have nothing to hide. I'm not racist. I know who I am. No one asked my side of the story, and I feel like I deserve to be heard. People are showing me a lot of support. I'm grateful for that. So she moved to Minnesota from her home where it was in Long Beach, California, after she was offered a softball scholarship to play at the Dakota County Technical College. Great team. I don't know what their upcoming season looks like, but I think they're going to be good this year. She studied early childhood education.
You moved from Long Beach to Minnesota to play for Dakota County Tech?
Yeah.
I mean, but if you like, didn't Mike know someone? Don't we know someone that sorry, you?
I know someone that came from Santa Monica, to like she was her entire life to play.
Oh
at
yeah,
Central.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Miller's wife. So she studied early childhood education, but took a job as a classroom assistant for high school students with special needs. Mm-hmm. Just wait, folks.
Sainthood is on the horizon.
She also worked on and off at Chipotle since 2013. I came back in late 2016, and that's when I decided I was going to take it very seriously. I decided I want to become a general manager. That's what I was working towards. She said the group that came in, the kids, were regulars at the store and usually arrived right at closing time.
Of course.
They had also sometimes not paid for their food, and this happened again last Tuesday. I recognized two of the guys, and my crew members recognized them as well. The crew expressed to me that they were very frustrated because most of the time they will hand over a card that gets declined, and then they'll just leave. Yeah. So you've made this food, and now it's going in the garbage because these assholes, their cards are constantly declined.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's what happened on Tuesday. Two of their cards got declined. I said to the guy, I'm going to take care of it. Don't worry about it. Make sure you can pay for it next time, and gave them the food for free. They came in again on Thursday at the same time. I recognized two of them, and I double-checked the cameras to be sure. He was expecting me to say something. I said something jokingly like, oh, are you going to pay for it this time? And she feels terrible for saying that. I shouldn't have joked about it. I'm like, that's a fair play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys going to pay for it this time? And she said he had a camera phone up, but I thought he was joking. And then I said as a joke, oh, we have cameras in here too. And that's when I realized they all had cameras out. At that point, I decided we couldn't serve them if they were all filming us. She had a day off on Friday, turned her phone off after work because she was so stressed out by the incident that happened. So she turns her phone on Friday morning when she wakes up.
Oh my God.
And
my God.
Holy hell is breaking loose.
Worldwide celebrity.
I woke up around noon. Boy, oh boy, she was really bothered. He's got a nice deep sleep, woke up at noon, plugged my phone, and I had all these voicemails from my managers telling me to call them right away because the story had really blown up. I had no idea what was happening. Then reality hit. They sent over an area manager, and we met at a coffee shop. She asked how I was feeling, and she said, "You know why I'm here." I told the manager from Chipotle that I wanted to apologize to the guys and the company. She didn't say the words "you're fired," but that's what it was. The reason was because I had denied service. Dominique doesn't spend much time on social media, so it took her a while to realize the video clip had gone viral. On Saturday, I got a phone call from my mom in California. People were sending the video to her mother and really distressed and upset her mom. A few hours later, my mom told me that people were exposing him on social media and the tweets were siding with me. Chipotle's offered the job back, but they've not apologized.
What?
I really loved my job. I've been trying not to think too much about it. It is hurtful because I've put so much time and dedication into it. I worked hard, and my team will remember that. Most of her wages went to paying off her student loans, and she'd been saving money to perhaps one day open her own store.
Oh, my God.
Well, shame on you, Chipotle. First you serve poop, and now this.
Yeah. Just heads up, folks. It's about to get heavier. She wants to open her own restaurant. I don't have any family in Minnesota, so my family really was my Chipotle family.
Oh, my God.
That was my life, honestly. Dominique regularly attends River Valley Church. Said, I consider myself a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. And I love to talk about that. The experience, she said, none of those who had led to her losing her job have apologized, but I forgive them.
Got to connect her with Lindell, man.
Damn it.
God's got his hand in this, and I truly believe that.
It makes me really sad and feel sick because they did all of this with a smile. I forgive them, but I only hope that they will learn from it. The experience has given her a fear of social media. The story blew up without any backstory, and it's really scary how many stories are out there of people being threatened and being called the ugliest of names, but people don't understand what led to it. To so easily be able to say this woman is a racist when you know that you've stolen from this business, I don't think I'll ever want to be on social media again. I agree. That was the worst part about that, knowing how wrong you were, and yet you're with a smile on your face, totally fine with destroying this woman's life. Not to mention the one who 2 days earlier picked up the tab on your fucking food when all your cards were declined.
It's bottom feeder shit, man.
Good Lord. You know, we were talking about this, Jay, in extra content yesterday about, you know, I don't know why we're hoarding all of our benefit of the doubt, like giving benefit of the doubt to someone, but it's really troubling that, she brings up the point where it's like, okay, I don't know this woman. I don't know these gentlemen. But at this point, seeing as we don't know either of them and we're seeing a 2-minute example of their existence and some sort of confrontation, at this point, don't you think maybe we extend a touch of benefit of the doubt to another fellow human being? Instead, what we're doing now is
you assume the worst, that the person intended the worst possible thing. Right. The worst possible interpretation is what's made. And it's because it's gotcha shit. That's how social media works, And gotcha, haha, look at this awful person.
And what we do instead of granting someone our benefit of the doubt, we instead decide to pass judgment onto them when really we should be like we used to do it. Offer someone our benefit of the doubt, reserve our judgment. It's not going anywhere. Your judgment is always there. You can later, when you know more facts, determine to yourself, you know what? It's time to pass judgment. And then you pass along your judgment. Instead, and honestly, granting someone your benefit of the doubt, right? That's not going anywhere either. You can numerous times grant someone your benefit of the doubt, and then at some point, while reserving your judgment, holding on to your judgment, at some point determine, you know what? He doesn't deserve my benefit of the doubt anymore. Withdraw it and then pass your judgment.
As long as it's politically valuable to have a scenario like this will continue to happen.
I mean, isn't that the way we used to do it? We've just flipped all of a sudden. It's not healthy.
Nobody cares about the real facts because look at this little nugget, this scenario we've captured on film. It's awful for her and it's great for this minority argument.
Yeah.
And so therefore we're running with that no matter what happens to this chick.
I mean, do people feel bad? Does anyone care that, at this hour, this video dropped and it was immediately racist piece of shit, even because she's Mexican, I think. And it's like, this is why black people can't trust Mexicans either because they're racist pieces of shit. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like all these people that jumped in and passed judgment on this woman. And then it's like the story comes out, the full story a day later, and it's like
not even almost a day later. It sounds like.
Do people feel bad at all, or is it just like, man, not my problem?
Move on to the next thing.
I mean, dude, I would think like honestly, if I was just like called someone a racist that I didn't know like that, it's my responsibility almost to go back on Twitter and go, hey man, I feel like a real asshole. I prejudged this, and my bad. I'm sorry to the woman. I'll try to learn something from this. But I don't see a rush to that on Twitter. Oh,
hey, Christian writes.
Staying off it anyways.
Christian writes in about this very issue. Sir. Nowadays, I truly don't understand the concept of anyone laying themselves on the wire for a nationally branded chain-based company, retail or restaurant, doesn't matter. Yeah. It used to be that an employee's loyalty to a company was all that mattered, and the companies thanked the employee by ensuring their job and retirement. That's obviously not the case anymore. How many people have to keep getting fired over dumb shit where the company picks some basement-dwelling assholes holier-than-thou tweeted opinion over their employees' justified actions? The Chipotle manager was absolutely doing the right thing by trying to ward off piece of shit customers, quote unquote, to save Chipotle money. This is how all national brands now reward their employees for their dedication. A good old fashioned, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Yeah, brand loyalty no longer exists, and these companies should all be rendered a verdict of pussy. Yep. Here's your next PSA. Your company doesn't give two fucks about you. Stop putting your neck out for them. All that being said, thankfully, I work for the government, so my job is basically guaranteed. You won't see me making any headlines, though. Just go out in the world and do you. It's the best we can hope for at this point.
Yeah. Well, it used to be, we saw this a few years ago, Jay, where it was like a guy would just blast off and say some horrific thing. And he works for a company, and his handle is, Bill at Chipotle. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, Chipotle, you going to keep this asshole employed? But seeing this where it's like, you don't go to bat for your guy, and you don't know the story. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable to me that we keep seeing this over and over to basically satisfy what is a Twitter mob mentality. Like, don't discount
people. Don't discount though that Chipotle really was harmed by serving poop a couple years ago, true. And so they may be very snake bit, and we're just like, oh my god, nip this in the bud, holy shit, because we're just getting over that hump again where people forgot that we serve poop.
Even if that's true, though, how come they can't apologize?
Maybe they were trying to change the subject a bit and like stop being tweeted about for serving poop. And, now they're being tweeted about this.
Oh, you think this is a setup, huh?
Maybe. It's possible.
An inside job, a saboteur?
Possible. They got to throw someone under the bus to get us out of the
No, I think
Twitter
it was them going,
poop.
Oh, fuck, man. Quick, fix this.
Yeah.
Remember, we serve poop, and you saw what happened to us? People are finally forgetting we serve poop.
Yeah.
What's funny is that one guy said, of course, on the racist thing, like, they're racist, I will never eat it, Chipotle again or whatever. And I gotta say, I might not eat it, said restaurant again, but for the exact opposite reason. So, no, not because of the poop, because they can't even give this girl an apology. Like, dude, go fuck yourself. Like, I believe honestly, her. I'm sorry. I believe that they haven't.
I think there could be a lawsuit coming from this. I honestly do, because I think you blow something like that up, her mom is distressed. I absolutely would. Why wouldn't her mom be distressed? Seeing her daughter's name blasted all over the universe like this forever. I mean, that's damaging as hell. It's irresponsible and reckless. And
that'd be fair.
And the fact is, I can promise you, this girl, there are people that don't give a shit, and I guarantee she's getting threats. Mm-hmm. People, that just happens every time.
Yeah.
So it's terrible.
I should say I've never ate at Chipotle, so my threat of not going there isn't doing them much.
A little bit empty.
But nonetheless, I can still get on my high horse and say I'm not going to.
Yeah. I can't tell you the last time I was there either. Won't be going anytime soon.
Hey everybody, Steve Gabarra, the hottest sales staff in Oakland County, are excited about Zott Ford's African American Friday Sign and Drive Zero Cash Due event going on now. Lease a new 18 Ford Fusion as low as $121 a month, sign and drive, zero cash due, or lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $141 a month, sign and drive, zero cash due. How about leasing a new 18 Ford Edge as low as $177 a month, sign and drive, zero cash due? Finally, lease a new 18 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 as low as $212 a month, sign and drive, zero cash due.
Boy, oh boy, Karan Higdon really going out on a limb yesterday.
Oh, Michigan guy?
Yeah, blackboard material. I mean, probably going to change the outcome of this game. These fucking guarantees.
I know. I know. That's so dumb.
It's like, do you really think guys are playing harder? It's like Karan Higdon said, what? He's going to win? Like, it's so dumb. And, this happens every year. when Jim Harbaugh is coaching, it's like they all go back to his guarantee, and that was it. He made a guarantee and he stood by it. But there were, I was reading in the paper today how there were circumstances that were different around that, like what had happened, and I thought it was interesting. So the thing with Harbaugh was
Harbaugh guaranteed it last year.
No,
like back when he was a
1986 when he was playing.
Oh, gotcha.
And you have that there, don't you? The one from Harbaugh
back with his big chin strap.
Yeah.
There's James.
The last 10 games that we've played mean nothing to us right now. It's down to a one-game season. Ohio State is our season. If we win this game, then it's a successful season. If not, then it's not a successful season.
Those facials.
We're going to play in the Rose Bowl this year. I guarantee it. We'll beat Ohio State. We'll be in Pasadena on January 1st.
He's gotten worse with the media, like markedly. He was.
Yeah.
You see how good that interview was?
I know, right?
That fucker, like, intentionally is shit with the media now.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a guarantee. You're going out on a limb and saying that, but there were some things there that made him do that. They just lost to Minnesota. All right, they had an undefeated season going.
The little brown jug changed hands.
Stunning loss on Senior Day, and so now the undefeated season is no more. And the other thing, more than that, about 100 miles west of Ann Arbor, his father Jack was about to be fired from his job at Western Michigan. Bo Schembechler called that the worst job in America, coaching at Western Michigan. And so Jack offered a little layer to this story. He said part of his son's guarantee was to take any negative spotlight off Dad and put it on his shoulders. He did that for me. So, Harbaugh made his name by, they say, being. I mean,
okay.
Who knows?
Sure.
I mean, it's out of character.
If he was an 18-year-old kid, I guess. Maybe he thought. Dude, I don't know. I guess.
Can we pull up Karan Higdon's? Did you see his guarantee?
Yeah, he sort of limped into it, didn't he?
I mean,
at best.
He
like pauses. He's like, yeah.
Your coach guaranteed to win in this game as a player. I'm wondering if you would go that
guaranteed
far.
To win. It was 30 years, 40 years ago, or what?
What would coach say or do? If I guarantee that.
Look at the other guys laughing like, fuck, I'm not walking into this.
Go as far as Jim Harbaugh did.
Who's the other guy?
Guarantee that Michigan will beat Ohio State.
He's kicking him. He's kicking him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do. That's how I feel. I believe firmly in my brothers and this team and this coaching staff. And as a captain, I'll take that stand.
Why not? I mean, and people are just, it blew up everywhere. This story was headline news. It was like, the gauntlet. He said it. Karan Higdon guarantees. I'm like, dude, is that the definition of a leading question, by the way?
Yeah.
Kind of just, it says, well, yeah, we should win. So, whatever.
I mean, that is a retarded question. Your coach in 86 guaranteed a victory. Are you willing to do the same? What is the proper answer to that question?
Proper answer is, look, I know what you guys are doing. You're trying to goat me into guaranteeing something, making bulletin board material. I'm not going to fall for that. So next question.
That's a good one. So just say, I'm going to maintain my goat at this point.
Goad me into it.
Yeah, and I'm not going to fall for it. If he says no, he doesn't look like he believes in his team. He says yes, and it's like, yeah, you can't limp more into a guarantee than that.
I love how he's like looking at his teammate, like, do I do this? Like, what do I say? What do I do?
It's like, is that
even after he's done, he looks up at him like, did I do okay?
Did I do all right? Was that okay?
Was that dumb? Should I not have done that?
I don't know. So those guarantees. Remember Dan Gilbert's famous guarantee?
Oh my God, that didn't happen.
No, I don't.
When LeBron left, I guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee we will win more. The Cleveland Cavaliers will win more championships before the self-proclaimed king.
That was in
gets
its open
one.
letter, right, to the city. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it was just like, really, like everybody. You could take that to the bank.
Or not, and you'll have to grovel to get him back and then win finally.
So stupid.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It's just dumb. White House reporters, Jay. We got a new set of rules.
Yeah, one question, right?
Yeah. That's not going to stand. They will not be asking one question. But it just gives them now the
ability to point to something and say, we followed our process. We had these rules in place.
Yep. Sarah Sanders announced the change in the afternoon, and the same day they reinstated his press pass, Jim Acosta's hard pass. And dude, the coverage is embarrassing. Watching this hero walk through all the cameras.
And here he is walking into the gate.
Coming in with his press pass. The hero has arrived, everybody. It's like,
I didn't even see it.
God.
I just could tell that you knew there was cameramen. You knew there would have been people as he walked in.
So there's 4 new rules for future press conferences. A journalist called upon to ask a question will ask a single question and then yield the floor to other journalists at the discretion of the president or other White House officials. Taking questions of follow-up or follow-ups may be permitted, and where a follow-up has been allowed and asked, the questioner will then yield the floor. Yielding the floor includes, when applicable, physically handing the microphone back. So another question. It's like, this is where we're at. It's just absurd. And then they said the problem. One White House source said, here the problem was Acosta's dickish tone was the problem. It wasn't about him asking multiple questions. Said, it's his tone, not the number of questions that irked the president.
So
he didn't ask questions at all. He talked about challenging the president. He then argued with him about whether thousands of illegal immigrants crossing the border would constitute an invasion. Those aren't questions, they're complaints. Oliver Knox, president of the White House Correspondents Association, said he doesn't think reporters will be doing the one question, one answer thing. We fully expect tradition will be the same, but just gives them the ability to toss them out. So, given the position taken by CNN, we now feel obligated to replace previously shared practices with explicit rules. For years, members of the press corps have attended countless press events with the president and other officials without engaging in the behavior Mr. Acosta displayed on November 7th press conference. There you go.
I was gonna say, so is one of the rules just gonna flat out be don't be a dick? I mean,
yeah, they should all, and that's the thing. It was like, well, they have rules in place. It's like, yeah, we never needed rules. You just knew, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Ask your questions.
Shouldn't really be nice to everyone.
You can ask hard questions. That's fine. You don't
it's
argue.
Very argumentative.
Yeah,
the whole thing. He was arguing about the definition of an invasion.
Yeah.
That's not an invasion, Mr. President. That's not an invasion.
Mr. President, you said it's an invasion. What do you mean? Yeah, you just baiting him into a fight,
trying to make it about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, Heather Locklear, she's still alive, dude.
Impressive, honestly.
Yeah, it really
to make it to 2019.
Well,
would be.
Yeah. She has now been placed on a 5150 psychiatric hold. That is the one that you can be locked up for 72 hours against your will for mental evaluation and stuff like that. That happened on Sunday after she thoroughly kicked the shit out of her boyfriend. Yeah. She was arrested most recently in June after downing a bottle of tequila and crashing her car into a pylon on the grounds of her home. She then attacked the cops when they arrived to calm her down, and she was arrested. I think
that's when I predicted her demise, her death within a couple months.
Yeah. She was released the following day, but rushed to a hospital a little over 6 hours later after taking an overdose. The arrest came exactly a week after Locklear was cuffed and taken to the hospital after choking her mother, who's 85, and threatening to shoot herself. After being released from the hospital, the star checked into a detox center, but checked herself out again after completing just 2 days. She drove immediately to the liquor store and bought a fifth of tequila. And
how the mighty have fallen.
And pounded that fucker. She drank, and then she tried to take off in her Porsche and crashed it on her own property. Police responded. She allegedly punched a police officer and then kicked an EMT who was attempting to strap her to a gurney. 2 days before she was hospitalized for being suicidal, she got into a public fight in a parking lot with her fiance, Chris Heiser. Her mansion has been designated a hazard by the Ventura County Fire Department due to altercations on the property.
her mansion has been.
In February, she was arrested for felony domestic violence and battery on a police officer after police were called to her home for a disturbance. When the police arrived, they attempted to arrest her after she'd clearly bitten her fiance. She punched the lady cop, called her a cunt, kicked one of the male cops in the balls, and punched a third male cop, and then called them all fucking assholes. The whole thing played out in front of her daughter, who's 20 in her senior year of college. Dude, how is she still standing?
Yeah, I know. What a mess. Does she make it to 19? I don't know.
I mean, what do you do with that?
The Locklearian demise is stark.
It sucks when you can see it coming, like a lot of times it's like you didn't know someone had these troubles in their lives going on. But these, Lane Staley, that sucked. You knew what was going on there, and you knew there was very little anyone could do, and you just kind of watched it play out. And Heather Locklear is kind of the same thing, right? Where it's like there's so many incidents here of where it's like, yeah, we can all play this out. You don't need to be a genius to see where this is going. Just terrible.
She had such promise.
Yeah. Speaking of promise, are you a fan of Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Oh, man, we were going to lose 6-9.
I know.
Stinks. He's apparently been in a fucking violent New York gang. 9
These
tricks.
guys, when you hear these guys who are on the verge of just wealth beyond our wildest dreams, and you can't take the street out of whatever. Like you hear about these Bills players or what was it, a Pittsburgh Steeler who was wrapped up in a big weed ring. It's like, dude, it's just come on, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're a pro football player. In this guy's case, he's
Aaron Hernandez.
Fucking rapper. Yeah,
Wasn't
Aaron
he
Hernandez.
Another case of like,
Totally.
what are you doing, dude? You signed a $45 million contract. You're hanging out with gangbangers? Dude.
Guess that's what makes them them.
Yeah. So it's a violent sect of the Bloods, 9 Trey, that he was apparently involved in. So Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael Longyear said, he's a member of this violent sect of the Bloods. This defendant participated in multiple acts of violence. 22-year-old and 5 other gang members were indicted on racketeering and firearm charges, including his manager. Let me see. What was his 500 men. His ex-manager, a.k.a. Shoddy. His manager. Shoddy was even arrested. Can you believe that? According to the press release, 9 Trey is a criminal enterprise involved in committing numerous acts of violence, including shootings, robberies, and assaults in and around Manhattan and Brooklyn. They enrich themselves by committing robberies and selling drugs. He's facing 25 to life for this.
Good-looking kid.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Shit, man.
Do you think
the face tats I'm sorry. They just kill me.
He really is into 69.
I was going to say, he loves 69.
I mean,
there's on his arm, or his knuckles, I guess.
Fucking guy.
It's on
his
face.
Like rainbow bright.
Forehead, giant forehead, 69 tattoo. And I just, I feel bad for him because you know how this is going to play out. He's going to be 75 years old, sitting around the fire with his grandkids, at the holidays. And one of them is going to be, hey, Grandpa, why do you have a 69 tattooed on your face? And he's going to be stuck explaining why, when I was 19,
He's moved on. He's now a man of the cloth, and he has to explain that to his kids.
Exactly. I mean,
it's tough.
I actually love that hair. Fuck.
Yeah, is there anything more short-sighted than putting fucking 69 on your forehead? I don't know.
Yeah, it's I'm not going to tell him how to live his life, what to do. I just know one day he's going to regret it when he's hanging out with the grandkids, And it's just,
Good-looking kid.
Yeah, sure is.
Talented.
Dude, I thought I was reading that he's got, like, his album sales on Apple are the largest of anyone in the world. So he's making money bigly. Yeah, he's really into that 69. Damn.
Yeah.
Are those all 69s on his forearm?
I can't.
I think that's a dozen 69s on his forearm.
Oh, my gosh.
He really likes 69.
69.
I think you're right.
Those are all 69s up and down both arms.
Got some hairy nipples, huh? You
Boy,
take
boy,
care of
it
that
does.
if you're him.
You
Trim
would
that up a
think.
little bit?
Yeah, you would think. Boy, I'm not digging that Ho Chi Minh Trail either.
Yeah.
Does that appear deeper than
He
it
has
should
some
be?
pretty dark nipples, don't you think?
Yeah. There's a pepperoni-ish element to
There's
him.
a continuity to the color, though, that is striking, right? Usually it kind of goes dark to, I don't know, there's just a change of color there. That's like,
Yeah, maybe that's what the point of the 69 tattoos, to kind of change the subject a bit. Are you not troubled by that Ho Chi Minh Trail and belly button depth?
yeah, it's not good. Usually these guys who display their bodies in such a way have, they're cut a little bit, right?
Yeah.
This guy's kind of a doughboy.
Little doughy and
A little doughy and supple, honestly.
yeah, he's gonna have a paunch. He's gonna have a paunch at some point. Man, oh man. God, did we talk yesterday at all about the lady on vacation in Aruba on the cruise?
I think we referenced her, the 52-year-old American woman who got tossed off the top deck. Yeah.
Yeah. Her kids were on Good Morning America speaking out about this. They're older, like 20 and 19 or something like that. And she was on the ship with her husband, and the point was to go and try to save the marriage. Go get away from everybody for a week and
Just focus on you.
Yeah. But the kids say she was hesitant to go and knew something was going to happen. Alma Rosa Tenorio fell from the 16th deck after an argument with a muscular man on the Royal Princess cruise. She and her husband had been seen arguing in the casino hours earlier. She fell and landed on a lifeboat on the 7th deck. severing her leg in the process.
Oh,
Witnesses saw her being choked before she was pushed. Her cause of death has not been revealed, but I'm going to go out on a limb here, Jay. Any guesses for you?
I think it's going to be the 16th floor to the 7th floor fall.
Damn it, I was thinking the same thing.
Crushing the skull and or breaking the neck in such a way that immediately led to demise.
Yeah. I suppose, especially around this time, they could take that leg and make that the holiday lamp for Gile. Do that with it, I'm not going to tweet that.
That's gross.
I'm not going to tweet that. So the witnesses, her husband, Leo, was with her and questioned after the death, but was released by Aruban authorities. He's returned home to Mobile, Alabama, without being named as a suspect.
Wow, is he going to skate on this?
Well, the Aruban police have fumbled before.
Wily Aruban
but do you think
police.
he was like, really? Okay.
I can go back on the cruise now and go back home. So on Tuesday morning, the kids appeared on GMA. My mom did not want to go on the cruise. She didn't. She did not. Blank point. Isn't it point blank?
Yeah.
I mean, is that a weird thing to say?
Blank point.
She's got a lot going on right now.
Dyslexic.
Blank point. I don't hate that.
Dyslexia speaks.
Yeah. She knew something was going to happen. She added the couple had specifically gone to work on their marriage. And the son, Tim, said the night before she left for the trip, she hugged him for what seemed like an unusually long time. He asked her why. He actually, it was so long, he was like, why did you hug me for that long? Well, it might be the last hug you get from me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why would she still go then? I mean, I'm sorry. If you
cruise, man. Beautiful weather. You got all the drinks.
Yeah, Aruba. I don't know what Alabama's like right now, but I'd rather be in Aruba.
But if you felt that strongly that you're literally told your son, I might not hug you again, I think you got to back off.
Tim talked to his dad while in Aruba, and they're standing behind Dad, and he was never a suspect, and Tim does not think it was his fault. Boy, oh boy, would that be the coincidence of coinkydinks? If
I don't know, maybe she's just prone to piss off a lot of men,
Yeah, I know.
She's just a bitch.
Well, I'm not willing to go out on that limb. But dude, she said shit marriage. Going here to fix it. She's worried about her safety. Gets into a fight with her husband in the casino, and a few hours later,
a muscular man.
This is everything but him Googling how long of a fall or something does it take to get killed, or how often do people die on a cruise ship?
Well,
is it regular?
If I may point out that a cruise ship, while large, is not escapable necessarily. So couldn't you, take the witnesses who saw said muscular man push her, and kind of figure out who that muscular man was?
I would think that's the worst place ever to commit a murder, is on a cruise ship. I totally agree. Here's the thing.
This mystery man is just gone, and they've resolved it's not the husband.
Yeah,
husband's
is the husband. I was gonna say, is the husband muscular? Do we know?
I don't know what Leo's workout regimen is. Now, Jay, tough question here, but I would like to reserve my judgment at this point. I don't know either of them. I don't know if I'm comfortable granting this man my benefit of the doubt, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's too fishy, huh?
I just think
you just preached it, Mike.
I know, and that's why I'm struggling here. I got to be honest with you. I don't want to prejudge or rush. That would be even worse. But I don't know that I can grant him the benefit of the doubt. So where does that leave me? I mean, this weird purgatory spot.
We probably need some more facts.
Yeah.
Understand what happened before we
really
ruin a guy's life.
Really honestly feel like I don't.
Tag him as a murderer.
Yeah. One of the horrified passengers are speaking out about the moment when the woman's leg was ripped off her body in the fall, creating a gruesome scene with broken glass and blood everywhere.
There's been too many gruesome scenes on cruise ships lately. I don't like it. I don't think I'd go at this point. I went on a cruise when I was a kid, years and years and years ago, when it was sort of novel and not a lot of people did. I think it was sort of newish. But man, now it seems like it's taken a turn for the worse.
One passenger, Logan Tignor, he says, "It's surreal. I'm kind of traumatized for it." I think that's fair. I never would expect that would happen on vacation. That's also a fair statement.
I don't know. These cruise ships, like I said, More and more shit like this is happening.
So you could see someone's leg coming off their body after being thrown off 60
I have to say,
honestly?
dude, I think the cruise ship, the more I think about it, is the best place to fucking take someone out, dude. If you do it at the middle of the night, take them on a walk out by the side of the boat and just boop one little thing over and then just keep walking.
I've seen these over and over. And Mike, you've long lobbied for some sort of bracelet.
Yes,
right?
yes.
A transponder of sorts.
If someone hits the water,
it would seem simple, right? That every cruise company just,
I mean, dude, you go
sure,
to festivals.
it's an added expense. But put something on these people because too many people are falling off this shit. And to E's point, a lot of them are probably murdered.
Yep.
Dude,
would it be even like,
just walk away.
When you buy it, they give you the option, like buying insurance for your car or rental car, and they go, by the way, for an added $10, we give you an ID bracelet. If you, for some reason, drunk and fall over the edge of the boat or someone pushes you.
Would you guys buy them for sure?
Yes.
See, I wouldn't.
Like
I don't buy the car insurance at the rental place.
Yeah, but I wouldn't trust myself on a cruise.
Yeah.
If it was inclusive.
I'd buy them for my kids probably.
Yeah.
But after a long talk, like, guys, you really think you need this?
Well, it's weird because every time we see these stories and it's like, yeah, the guy fell off the back of the ship and landed in the water, and it's like they just go, well, I guess he's done.
I know, man.
It's like someone runs up to the captain and goes, hey, man, guy fell off, and it's like, God only knows where he could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. How about you go back 15 feet? How about stop for now?
Yeah, it's like turning a battleship around, though, Mike. It's
But they
tough.
don't know right away. That's the problem. Like when these happen,
And you're
it's
miles away, and it's like finding a needle in the haystack
And
at
like
that point. They're always at night.
If it was my situation that I described, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd wait till middle of the night, have a few drinks with the person I'm trying to get rid of.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the body clean, though. And so there has to be some sort of
nudge
calculation.
them
Like,
over.
okay, I'm going to look over the 16th deck, and if there's a deck that hangs below that, I'm not going to make this push.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the 7th deck,
Right.
and from there, ditch her.
Yeah.
Just elbow off the rail.
Because simple physics tells me she's going to fall upon that deck that's directly below this one.
And I bet when I choked her earlier, I left some bruises or handprints on her, and they're going to be able to figure out it was me.
You know who this mystery man is. This muscular mystery man.
But that's the thing. This guy was in a position where he could have been like, I'm not muscular at all. I'm fat as shit.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been me.
Sounds like maybe that's what he pulled off.
Right.
He's
Like,
cleared.
I'd just be like,
Well, the Aruban authorities say the death is being treated as, quote, unnatural, which I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, from what we know, imagine being the guy that falls off the deck and hits the water. And it's like you're just in the water as you watch, as it's you just hear
nightmare. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Yep.
And it's just going further and further.
See those lights twinkling, and then it's just gone.
And then
fuck.
I have no idea how dark it is in the middle of the ocean. Oh my Lord, is that dark?
And how wavy it can be.
Yeah, and then there's other things that could get you. You'd just be like, oh man, no, he's got to be taking a hard left turn coming back, right? He's gonna U-turn. Maybe he can't do an illegal U-turn out there, but somebody saw that.
Treading water.
Just treading water in the middle of fucking ocean. Oh man. Oh, that would stink. That would be a horrible way to go out, you know? Horrible. Let's take a quick break, Jay. And a few more things to get to. Did you see that forklift driver video?
The one where he hits the boat and then tries to correct for it?
No, the one working in the warehouse.
Oh, I'll have to pull up the one where he hits the boat. Somebody tweeted this at me. It could be totally old. Maybe everybody's seen this, but it was cracking me up.
Want to see
All
it?
right, we'll pull it up.
Yeah, we'll do a couple of those coming up next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Alrighty. Welcome back to the show with Mike and Jay. A few more things to get to today, Jay. I know how much you like people falling.
Love it.
One of your favorite pastimes is to watch videos of people falling. We should do a show one day where we just watch people fall.
I wonder if it would ever get old. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't think it would.
I don't believe that it would.
Yeah, there's something so funny about the out of control nature of falling.
If you mixed in a few bears walking on hind legs, I think
absolutely.
I could hang in there for a good hour.
Here's the reason I don't
too.
believe that it would get old. Is like, even though we haven't seen all the videos, TV, there are still new shows that pop up all the time, even in this Netflix and on-demand era of just, basically, America's Funniest Videos, which is not always people falling necessarily, but a lot of people falling in those videos, or just getting hit in the nuts, people falling and people getting hit in the nuts, and you could talk about it for hours.
Yeah, I don't like when people get hurt. I don't want to see someone break a bone or anything like that. Like, there was a video, might have been yesterday or 2 days ago I was watching, and there was this chick in a bikini, like a thong bikini.
Yeah, I saw that one.
On a like a deck, and she decides she's gonna cannonball into a frozen lake.
It's awesome.
And
shit, it didn't break, did it?
Yeah.
It was awesome because she was hot.
No, it did. Her ankle did break.
Right.
But you can't. I don't think you can see it. But it's like, oh.
Speaking of that, man, Easus, pull up that oldie but a goodie. The guy cannonballing into a frozen. I think it's a pool, maybe, but they're Russian or something because he and his buddy. The buddies around the pool or this body of water are dying laughing and commenting in what sounds like an Eastern European dialect.
But
this motherfucker hits this body of water.
Here, this one real quick says, this is the one Mike was just talking about. Just FYI.
I mean,
right, well, no, I don't want to see a broken ankle, dude.
You don't see it.
All you see is a hot chick getting chucked. Her ego getting chucked.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
That's nice so far.
Yeah, looking good. So
Hey. Oh shit! Oh god! Ow!
Yeah.
Ow!
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it anymore.
Okay. Why did she assume?
I don't know.
I mean, that whole fucking lake is frozen, man.
She's a blonde, Jay.
And what is this? What is like? Okay, she goes under. Now what?
That's like serious shit. You go under ice.
Yes.
Come on, man.
I mean, oh,
what
God.
was this other one?
You're not talking about the gutter one. The guy hits the gutter.
No.
Because that one I don't want to watch anymore because I'm pretty sure that guy might have died right then. Just
I'm talking about this one went around a couple of years ago. Even I saw it a couple.
I know. Actually, know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to remember.
It's a guy who does just that. Say like Russian guy jumps, fail on ice or something. Tries to break it. He doesn't break it. Just like that.
Yeah.
But it's, dude.
Do we want to see
it kills his back. It doesn't like. Kill him.
As far as you know.
Hurts his back really bad.
You can tell because you don't speak Russian. I speak a little bit.
His buddies are just dying laughing though.
This is it. I'm pretty sure.
It's fucking good, and my new band is called
I don't know.
Siskill.
Maybe he's a German. Oh, this has to hurt so bad. Oh, the compression of the spine.
Oh. All right, I've seen enough. I don't know. I don't like those as much as like, the president of Cuba missing a step and falling.
Right.
Well, this isn't really a fall so much as this is a baby who's being baptized, and the priest loses his grip on the ball.
Yeah.
And they say there's a woman cradling this baby, carefully hands the kid over to the priest to baptize the child with water. He then places it in the baptismal font. I didn't know that's what that was called. Blesses the child, all that kind of stuff. Takes a turn when the priest appears to let the infant slip from his hands. The baby then screams as it face plants into the baptismal font. And then I love this in the story. Face planting is a term used to describe someone who involuntarily falls forward so that their face comes into contact with the surface they fall into.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a great add to that story.
I mean, if you would have asked me, the definition of docking, off the top of my head, I can give it to you. The definition of face planting, I don't know that, I'm glad I know
They
that
just
now.
needed more words for their
story. It was too short.
Yeah, that's like you're right. That's like when
editor demands it'd be at least 250 words or something.
Yeah. Look at this baby.
All right. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
All dressed up in his little baptismal gown.
Yeah, he's got a special suit on. All right, here you go, Father. There you go. Confusing. This must be for the baby. Yeah, he's got his little diaper on.
Father, how about supporting the ass a little bit?
Oh, Brian. All right, let me pour a little water on your head. There you go.
And of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
It's not funny.
Does he look like he's ashamed enough by that drop?
Yeah, he feels like an asshole.
You think he does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, let's be honest. This is not the worst thing a priest has done to a child, though, right? And we can all agree on that.
Okay.
And of the Son.
Watch the mom. Mom is all styling in her boots and her
Is she
scarf.
Look
and all
how
that
she's
shit.
dressed.
Yeah.
Is she dressed appropriately for this?
Well, you think she's too sexied up to be in church?
She's trying to look a little milfy at church.
Yeah.
She is.
She's
Now,
definitely
Jay, you
looking
took issue with his not supporting of the bosom
Just
or the
looked
bottom.
weird the way he was holding him, just two hands to the back like that, but trying to extend his leg. It was weird.
In his defense, with everything they've been through, the priests, it's probably like I'm not getting my hand anywhere near his bottom.
Near the bottom.
Yeah, I will risk dropping him
Right.
over that. I don't want to be accused of like, dude, what is your hand on his
Yeah.
bottom a little too long? What's going on there? Poor little guy. I think he survived. Baby will be okay. Now we've got a forklift driver, and you said you did not see this video that I'm talking about.
No,
in
I
a
don't think
warehouse?
so. I don't think so.
Well, he caused an entire warehouse of goods to fall like dominoes. He accidentally like bumps one of it. This is basically when I watched this, I went, "Oh, this is what it would look like if Big E worked in a warehouse and was a forklift operator." This is a glimpse into this gig if E was doing it. So, for your viewing pleasure, Jay, gotta get on my forklift here. And
Pretty serious warehouse. Shit
Yeah,
stacked about
lots
30
of
feet
stuff.
high.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Here he comes. See him down the middle there?
I do.
Here he comes. Closed caption, so we don't have any sound.
It's backing her up.
Here comes Big E.
Shouldn't we hear that? Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm just gonna bump this really quick. Hey Big E, watch yourself.
Oh, fuck.
Oh wait.
Oh, shit.
Dude, the feeling that would.
Look at the domino effect going on, dude.
Can we tell what the product is?
Look at this.
Those water bottles?
I don't know.
These people
Hopefully,
killed?
hopefully they're pillows or feathers in those boxes.
Don't those look like cases of some sort of bottle? Like in the foreground?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my God, man.
That's how much money that is. How much money that is.
Why would they all go down like
Is this
that?
for real? You think this is CGI'd?
Oh, I never thought about it.
At
I mean,
all? Like, maybe this first one goes, but then, I don't know.
yeah, that looks like water exploding. Yeah, that'd be hard to get him out of there too. You know, that's quite a heap.
Where did this happen? What's it say? Do we have any details?
Yeah, no.
Where did this allegedly happen?
I don't think we know. It's unclear where the clip captured in July last year was filmed, which company uses the warehouse, or the condition of the driver. Don't you think if that was filmed last July, like that would be big news? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
right.
possibly call bullshit on this.
See if you could. It's got 72 views. See if there's comments at all, or if people are going fake. You know.
Oh, no.
One comment: forklift driver causes. No. I don't know.
I mean,
How would you fake that though? I mean, I suppose you can do anything with CGI, but Jesus. You have a video, Jay, a forklift video.
Hopefully this is the one I'm talking about. It looked like it. Yeah, this guy. This was tweeted at me the other day. This kind of made me chuckle.
Yeah.
So we got a forklift driver facing a trailered boat.
Mhm.
So he's probably close to a warehouse or something where this boat has to be put into the warehouse to be stored for the season or something.
I thought you usually hook them to a hitch on the back of a truck to do that. I don't know how a forklift would do this.
Well, a
but, all
forklift
right.
driver is going to come upon the scene. Gross.
Okay.
And I
All
think
right.
he's going to forget to put the forklift in park, and then all hell ensues.
I hate when that happens. All right. Appears to know what he's doing with a forklift.
Lining her up. Uh-oh, boat's moving.
Boat's
moving.
getting away from me. Oh, boy.
Gotta grab the boat.
No,
Okay.
no.
Boat's a little heavier than I surmised.
No,
Uh-oh.
hold on.
But the
Hold-
forklift.
no.
But that darn forklift.
Yeah.
So we gotta take care of that.
Oh, no. No. Hold on. Stop. Oh, no. Hey, boat, get over here. Get back here, boat. No.
You
Wait.
still didn't put it in park,
Yeah.
man. Here it comes.
Okay, everything's okay now. Okay, the boat's fine. Oh, no. Forklift, where are you going?
Oh, no.
That's a great fucking video, dude.
In your
Worst
head.
case scenario.
Dude, does that... I bet someone's already done it. That needs the Benny Hill theme under it, doesn't it?
I mean, in your head while this was happening.
No. At that point, don't you get the hell away from the boat? The boat's not your responsibility anymore. It's wheeled and heavy. Forklift, what a perfect
I just
spot.
can't believe the boat made that turn that it just did, you know?
Okay.
It makes a quick left.
I got this. All right. Boat stop
Quick
there.
turn to port.
Wow, that was close. That was a close call. Finally turns around. No, hey, forklift, no.
Oh boy.
Wow, yeah, that's human error at its finest, right? Am I right?
Hey, everybody.
Yes.
Please use our affiliate links. You'll see our Amazon and Groupon links to above the fold at DetroitCast.com. Click on them, shop away. Doesn't cost more. Key is, however, that you click through our links. Also, make sure you're shopping MyPillow.com for all your betting-related needs. Use TDC code for the very best discounts.
Speaking of which, ask Mike Lindell what it's like to fall into a frozen lake. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
People that keep doing this. Yeah, the duck's warmth saved my life. Did you see the story from the other day, Jay, about this guy in a flight stuck sitting next to a really fat guy, and he's now suing British Airlines over this? You know, I don't know if I buy this whole like back injuries thing. I think it sucks when you know you're stuck sitting with some guy that's huge, which is what it sounds like happened to Stephen Prosser. He said the guy was about 6'4", 320. That's a big guy, and he was in the middle seat. The big guy was in the middle seat, and going from Bangkok to London.
Because everybody has to suffer, right?
Yeah. Since then, he has suffered nerve damage to his back, and his pelvis has been knocked out of alignment. He was a huge bloke, not just overweight, but really big boned as well. He was a real lump. I felt discomfort as soon as he sat down because I was pinned against the side of the cabin. I asked whether they could move him or move me, but it was a full flight. I had no choice but to go back to my seat, and the discomfort of being squashed up against the cabin soon turned to agony. So British Airways has rejected his claim.
How large is the victim? Because 6'4", 300 is, I mean, that's not like behemoth, right?
Why is there a guy outside the window there?
I don't know. I saw him over there, too.
You did.
Just kind of watching
Does he
him.
appear to be doing work?
He's got an American flag patch on his jacket, so he
Good
must
enough
be
for me.
okay.
Patriot. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Jay. I was expecting this story to be like, the guy was, 5'10", 480, but it's 6'4", 320. He's just a big guy.
Yeah.
That's a football player. And you threw my back out of alignment and all that stuff. I mean, he's seeking $17,500 in damages and loss of income. He's been unable to work for 3 months. Pussy old man, like what are we dealing with here?
Ridiculous.
Last year, an Australian man took American Airlines to court saying he was squashed between two grossly obese guys, which aggravated an existing back problem and left him in pain. Man said the body of the passenger next to him spilt over and encroached into his seat, forcing him to contort his body into a series of positions, including, but not limited to, standing up, crouching, kneeling, and leaning forward. Yeah, I'm serious. Yep, you heard that right. This man was forced not just to stand up at one point, Jay, but also crouch, kneel, and lean forward.
Picture this guy in the aisle, like kneeling, going into child's pose.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's laying supine on the floor. Oh, my God. And then there was a guy in 2015, a man sued another airline claiming these grossly overweight man sat next to him and encroached into his seat and caused him back pain. So I think we all get back pain just sitting in those tiny, stupid seats.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
second. I mean, that, dude, you're going to be crunched in there. I don't know. It's got to be pretty extreme, like a 500-pounder or something to really
And don't they
warrant
usually,
something
when
like
they're
this.
that big enough, sometimes they make them buy another seat?
Heard that, too. The fat ass is complaining about it, too,
Happened to Kevin Smith. Remember,
Works
he was
both
shamed
ways.
bigly for that.
Was he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They made him buy 2 seats, and then people got hold of that story, and he's lost a lot of weight because of that. I don't remember what happened in the end, but yeah, that happened to Kevin Smith. That stinks.
Right, yeah, I remember that for sure.
And lastly, before we get to email, did you guys see the story this week of the guy who was at the Fiddler on the Roof play?
Yes.
And yelled,
Dick.
Heil Hitler, Heil Trump from the balcony. He is saying that he's
now he's
sorry
not. There was
for that.
nothing else going on. Like it wasn't a thing where Trump was there. He was just at a performance of this play and decided to yell this.
It's a Jewish play, man.
Yeah, it's a Jewish play, and he was getting so worked up at the final scene before intermission.
Gotcha.
And he hate the funny thing is he hates Trump. So people, when the story first broke, it was like another one of these white nationalist Trump guys yelling Heil. He was doing a fucking salute, Heil Hitler, Heil.
Oh, so they
Trump.
thought he was doing it positively. They thought
he was a Trump super fan. Proving once again that they're all Nazis. Turns out the guy despises Trump to the point that seeing this play's final scene before the intermission reminded him of Trump's policies on immigration and stuff, and he just got so worked up. Heil Hitler, Heil Trump, and doing the salute.
God.
He says, I opened my mouth. It was so wrong. I know that now. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so ashamed. Yeah, you can't hear
I was going to say, I couldn't really hear it.
Yeah.
But
so it reminded him of Trump's policies on immigration, and my comparison came out wrong and was beyond a mistake.
Lovely theater. Where is this? Baltimore?
Baltimore,
okay.
yeah. This is at the famed, what is it? It's got a stupid name.
But it's famed.
Whatever.
The Hippodrome.
Yeah.
The Hippodrome. Yeah, I know. I saw this. Boy, that's an awfully white crowd. Not a lot of diversity in that audience right there, yeah. But look at that woman with
I don't.
mink coat. Dude, there's a nip in the air.
That's
honey.
all I was looking at, dude.
You don't have to check your coat. I mean, what the fuck, man? You're
It's a great point.
sitting in the theater.
Come on, a little respect.
Draping your full-length mink over your... What are you, sitting on your full-length mink the whole fucking show?
This guy's wearing a Cosby vest over here. Sweater.
Where are their professionally hired ushers, flashlight holders?
I know.
I mean,
it warrants it.
Yeah, I mean, those guys make big money to make sure order is kept in those theaters. They're paying attention to this outrageous behavior in the theater.
I agree about the coat check, but I know this is so... I'm going to pass judgment here, Mike. I know we just talked about passing judgment, but just the scene of her with the coat and the half kind of... There's something about
life's been easy for her, E. I know where you're going with this.
It just looks so snobbish, doesn't it? Like,
It's been easy for her.
Yeah,
that's his objection.
You can tell by the body, the mink, and the blonde hair that life has been,
relatively speaking, quite easy for that madame.
I wish I could reserve judgment right now. I really do, but it's hard not to pass a little on because it's like,
I think if she didn't have
that body style, she's never paid for a drink in her life, ever.
We need to see the front end.
Yeah,
maybe, but
does she turn around at any point in the
I don't
video?
know. But if the coat wasn't in that position, I don't know why I wouldn't be as judgmental. There's something about the position that she's wearing the coat to me.
I don't know. I think the lack of checking this coat speaks to truly her class. I mean,
character.
She's sitting on this thing the whole show.
Maybe she's one of those. I always get cold in the theater.
Those always cold chicks.
Cold people. Yeah,
they hold their mugs with two hands. And they sip their tea or coffee.
It's so cold in here. I have to wear 14 layers to bed because it's so cold. Oh,
maybe it's you. Maybe you're cold.
Boy, that's sexy.
Maybe you're just a cold bitch.
Let's go to bed with full fucking 14 layers of PJs on because you're chilly.
Although I always sleep in long pants and hoodie, but nonetheless.
Yeah, but you're sleeping alone, E. That's fine.
That's good point.
Let's play the video and see if she turns around. If we can.
Yeah, forget the Heil Hitler guy.
This story's taking a very serious turn here.
Look at the profile.
Look at the
cutout shoulder.
The exposed shoulder speaks volumes too.
Oh, the exposed shoulder.
Yeah,
that's damning.
There she is.
Oh.
Well,
no.
What do you think?
No.
Well, she's older. I wish. Can you find a nude video of her?
Whoever this is, this random person.
See if you can find her nude video, because she's older, but
not a very pretty face.
Well,
no. Come on, guys.
Zoomed in. Zoom back down, man. Go back down with the camera. Oh my! I'm getting out of here.
Oh my! That's what you're missing. Just someone going, "Oh my!"
See, this is a chick who has leveraged her blondish nature, and even that looks farcical to some extent.
You think she's getting off on the years of catcalls from behind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This chick now, she's nothing to write home about, Mike.
Well,
but I stand by my statement, though.
I'm trying to define the cheekbone more than it really is.
She could be 55 though, and just time is doing its thing. But when she first got on the scene, life was very, very easy. No, you don't see it.
I mean, I know what
It's
you're
not
saying.
a mink. It's like, it looks like a fucking camel jacket or something. Dromedary,
maybe she's
I don't know.
do they make camel jackets? She might have the only camel jacket in the world. And by the way, Miss Always Cold lady, stop exposing your shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I need to wear my mink in there. I'm always cold, and you know what with my shoulders being exposed, bitch.
Cover up your shoulders.
Can you see any sort of titty?
Doesn't that look like a dromedary coat?
It does look like a dromedary. That or Fozzie Bear. Is it possible she has an original Fozzie Bear coat? Has anyone seen Fozzie Bear? So yeah, this guy, what an asswipe. It was beyond a mistake. And you know, people are saying he started. People start running for the exits. You know, they think gunshots are going to go off next. You almost can't blame them in this climate.
I sort of scoffed at that right away, but then I thought, well, you know, guy is a weirdo standing up yelling that.
Mm-hmm. People in the front orchestra seats started to turn and look up at the balcony, and someone started shouting back, "Go home, Nazi!"
How could you even begin to think that that's A, appropriate, or B, like some sort of real political statement that people are going to interpret like you want it? That's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, he misread the room, man. He you know, he's very sorry about that. You know, it came out wrong. You know, it came out wrong. It was. He thought he had the line to deliver. He thought that place was going to explode. He's seen De Niro. When De Niro has said stuff on stage and then the room explodes.
Fuck Trump.
You know, fuck
he's
Trump
assuming everybody's like him, like is waiting pins and needles to dump on Trump all day long. Like, no, maybe they fucking have lives and just want to see a fucking show.
Maybe.
Dickhead.
Many Jewish families were visibly shaken. How do you know they were Jewish families? You know what I mean? Like
they're at Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah, I know, but still, are you saying that there are identifying facial qualities to a Jewish person that you have identified, or
maybe they interviewed them? I don't know.
The Hippodrome's on-site security team, along with the usher staff, were able to remedy the situation, remove the member, and then I found this hilarious. His name is Anthony Derlunas. Police found Derlunas standing outside the theater in a calm manner with a female companion. Now imagine you and your girl are this. Your girl is like
dance with the date that brought you, right?
Dude, she's standing outside with him. She's got to be just like, fucking Anthony. Jesus Christ, can we go anywhere? She's just stuck standing. Yeah, fucking lump here. Yep. Yeah, Heil Hitler guy. Yep. Had a Jewish play. Yeah, great. Nice job, asshole.
You know, Fiddler on the Roof is one of those that I actually saw at the Fisher. As an usher.
Really?
Yeah, taking over my parents' duties.
Is it good?
Flashlight. Yeah, it is pretty good. Yeah.
What is it? They said in here what it's about. I can't remember. Do you remember much about it?
It's I don't remember the whole plot of it, but it's told from the perspective of this father and this big Jewish family.
It's based on the Tevye, it's in quotes, Tevye stories by Sholem Aleichem about a Jewish family facing persecution in Russia. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, idiot. What do we got for emails?
Randy writes in.
Well, hi, Randy.
This coincides with what we were just discussing. Greetings, gentlemen. After hearing about how Jay's parents used to usher at the Fisher to get access to free plays, I thought I'd bring your attention to another life loophole, which is volunteering at beer festivals. I've been doing this for over 15 years now, and I've done it when I lived in Michigan, now a few times a year now that I'm in the Carolinas. The first time I did it in Michigan, I made friends with the brewer, and he filled up 3 of my home brew kegs from his brewery the week after the festival. Bonus.
Wow.
Here's what you normally get when you volunteer: a free T-shirt, a free sampling glass. That's the key.
Right.
And usually,
that's what it's all about.
usually free samples while you are volunteering, as long as your state allows it. If your state allows you to sample when you are pouring, volunteering as a beer pourer is the way to go. If you are a male and work as a pourer, choose the lightest beer you can find, since the hot chicks keep coming back to that one.
Great tip.
That is a great
That's
tip.
a great tip.
Another good thing about volunteering is you get first grab at all the stickers, keychains, other swag the breweries give out at the festival. I have also done a few festivals where they let the volunteers bring home some of the leftover beer after it is done. One time I got 10 cases of high-gravity craft beers after one festival, and another festival where I normally get 4 to 5 cases every year. Since I've done some festivals for multiple years in a row, I have been promoted to a beer pouring captain, which allows me to go freely behind all the beer pouring tables and check on people, as well as get another sample without waiting in line. Unfortunately for me, though, North Carolina just started cracking down on beer pourers drinking while serving.
Really nothing better to do, North Carolina.
I know. So now that it is the worst job at a festival, since you can't sample. Now I drive around in a golf cart delivering ice to the brewers. That is sounds like a solid place to volunteer.
Absolutely. Man. For a nice weekend, you get all those gifts and stuff.
That's some good intel.
I don't know if I'm crazy about, taking home half-emptied kegs and stuff. Like, who gives someone
they're probably
already been opened food? You know what I mean? Like,
no, it wouldn't be that. It'd be like cases probably. Or something.
He says he gets like 4 to 5 cases. 10.
They're not giving him kegs to bring home, dude. Are you serious?
Like 3 mini kegs that were
he
half.
Filled up 3 of my home brew kegs from the brewery the week after the festival.
So I was thinking it's like giving someone a jar of peanut butter that's already been used.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think we need to handle this head on here.
Who does
that? I gave Mike a jar of peanut butter that was 1/3 of the way used without knowing. All right, this is what happened. I was at my dad's a few weeks ago, and he was like, yeah, your mother stopped eating this certain peanut butter. It's like Jif extra crunchy or some shit. It's the King's plus crunch, like big time.
Yeah.
And they were like massive jars.
Yeah,
he had 3 of them.
This had Costco or Sam's written all over it. Purchase
like a huge 3-pack
5-pack or 3-pack, yeah.
And so he's like, I know you guys love peanut butter. And so, just being nice, I took them, realizing, though, that these would never get in my house. I mean, this is tagged as death butter at this point by Gabrielle.
Sure.
And knowing what I do know now about some of the shit that goes in there, I sort of agree. So I know that you are.
I'm not afraid of death butter.
Not afraid of death butter and prone to eat such things. I know T-Roy's here and he's a big eater. So I'm like, all right, it's been in my trunk for a few weeks. Here it is. I'll bring it in. And I just kind of left it on your counter. You're like, yeah, what's with the peanut butter? Yeah, my dad gave me these and they're yours now if you want them.
Yeah.
He goes upstairs, opens one of them up. First one you open.
Well,
and it's fucking already open and used.
It's used, and it's got all the telltale marks of like a fork or a knife dug in, and the way that the peanut butter comes out in weird ways. And it was funny because I'm sitting there looking at it, and T-Roy is like, wow, we got a lifetime worth of peanut butter here. This is fantastic. And I just caught out of the corner of my eye the top of the clear, if you empty a peanut butter jar, it's clear.
Yeah, you
and so
saw daylight.
I saw daylight, a little triangle. You could barely. I was like, "There's no fucking way," because usually that shit is smooth on the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, that window of light should not be there. And I was like,
it's actually a beautiful thing to open up a new jar.
Oh,
of peanut,
hell
isn't it?
Yeah,
isn't it satisfying?
I love it
to have that first knife in there. Oh my god.
Yeah. Is there anything worse though than the vandal who goes in and just dips like bread or crackers in it?
Oh god,
like, monster! He would do that. And so I see this crack of light, and I'm like, there's no way Jay would
wouldn't do that.
Used peanut butter. What kind of monster would do that? And I opened it up, and I was like, you got to be shitting me. And I showed T-Roy, and he was like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man?
So I was immediately called up.
Wait, you were called up, and it was like, dude.
Explain this.
And Jay just goes, oh, shit, I had no idea, I swear. I didn't know what stance you were going to take. If you were going to double down and be like, dude, it's just my dad. Okay, my dad put a knife in it. Whatever. You were just like, oh, that's horrible. And when you left, some more examination went on, and I went,
did you dig it out of the garbage? Because I immediately took it and just dumped it in the garbage.
Which was the move. I said, dude, had I not spotted that hole of light, had those jars made it successfully into the cupboard,
you would have assumed T-Roy opened it. T-Roy would have assumed you
I opened it. We would have been eating Bill's used death butter, dude. I'm like, we were moments away from that thing ending up in the cupboard, and then all bets are off. Neither of us would have accused the other. Hey, man, did you open one of those jars of peanut butter and use some? No.
Would have assumed.
Oh, I guess T-Roy started in on the peanut butter, and he would go, I guess.
Would it be the end of the world, though? I mean, it's not like you're wearing Bill's old underwear.
Holy shit.
That's like, peanut butter.
Dude, that's like bringing over a half a gallon of milk.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty bad.
There's just something
it's definitely
about it.
not to me, by the way. It's definitely different. Because
there's,
because, dude, he probably just took.
I don't know what he did.
I don't know. It could have been a year. It could be really old.
Hey, look, I'm not accusing Bill of shit, but for all I know, he dipped his dick in it and then called the neighbor's dog over. I don't know.
Yeah, well.
Okay, I do know he did not do that.
I wouldn't think
there would be a dick print in there, and there clearly was not a dick print in there.
Dude, if he wanted to cover his tracks a little bit, no, just better take a knife and smooth that out. I don't want it.
Big helmet mark in your peanut butter.
Giant fucking head mark. It's a pee hole. It's a fucking pee hole in the.
There's a vein. There's a vein.
Look at that vein. Jesus Christ, that's a big vein.
It's an inverse impression of a vein.
So the best case scenario happened, and we were able to
throw that away and then
it made its way to the
open
cupboard.
the 2 new ones, and hopefully you enjoy those.
T-Ray immediately grabbed the other one. He's like, that motherfucker. Opens up and it's sealed. Open the other one. Sealed. All right. I thought it had proper weight. I thought the third one had proper weight, too.
T-Roy's been snake bit because, as referenced a few weeks ago, I did bring him used liquor.
Yes.
So he's got to be like, what the fuck is going on with this guy?
I went up there, I go, hey, T, you see Jay brought us over a lifetime supply of peanut butter? He goes, yeah, I was wondering what that was. He's like, oh, is that to make up for not for failing to bring me his used whiskey?
I still got used whiskey I owe him, yeah.
He's supposed to bring me used whiskey.
I still got used whiskey.
All I got were airline bottles, man. He's trying to make up for it.
Dude, I have tons of bottles for him.
Yeah.
Just got to work through something.
It has not left his mind, man. He has not forgotten about that.
Good. Mike writes in concerning the iPhone spacebar trick. Mike, this is indeed life-altering. Thank you. All caps. Yes. All caps. You have affected that man's life.
Dude, it affected my life. I used it yesterday. I was purposely trying to misspell things just to use that hack. Oh, it absolutely changed my life.
We will save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
We will. Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah. What do we do? So tomorrow, what's the plan? Is tomorrow the day we're going to record something that you won't hear until Friday?
Correct.
That's the plan.
This will be transparent to the listeners.
Well, yeah, I guess
we'll do a normal show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
And it'll just
withhold patience.
Everybody.
Patience is a virtue.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Should I just post it right away, or should I post it to land on Friday? So that
I don't know if we can trust them.
Is it? Yeah, I know.
Nah, dude. Look.
Then no bitch. Then no bitch that they.
It's for their own good.
It is, dude. This is family time. Spend time with your family. Enjoy some tackle ball games, tryptophan, all that stuff.
So we're gonna record it without YouTube. We're gonna record it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
I'll set it up for a Friday morning launch, and I'll do it early so that you Black Friday shoppers will have something to listen to while you're standing in line for dumb shit.
Outmoded term, but yeah. I would say you're good anytime after 3 a.m., Jay?
I usually go 12:01.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right, everybody. So I guess have a great Thanksgiving and enjoy the holiday with your families. Make sure you talk a lot of politics. Good roundtable discussion. Get it going. And we'll see you guys soon.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, sugar.